Mr. Professor Monty Jones, you presented to an audience of people working with and in Africa concerning the private sector. How significant is the fact that AFIF 2014 is happening in Germany, and what vision do you have for the future of the private sector in Africa?
I believe that we are in the right place for this meeting, especially if you look at the theme of this year's meeting, financing business opportunities, in Africa, and considering the fact that Germany, in particular, along with a number of other European countries and countries from other parts of the world, have actually been giving support to Africa to promote the business venture in Africa. So it is really very significant that we have come to Cologne, this beautiful city, and come to the DEG with their impressive facility to host this meeting. I am particularly happy with the number of Africans that are present in this meeting today, and with the number of others, institutions, banks from across Europe, from Latin America, from the Middle East, and other institutions that are supporting the private sector and working with the private sector to promote growth, sustainable growth and development in Africa. So this meeting is really very significant. We have all the right people that will be here to be able to come up with a roadmap on how to promote the big business venture in Africa. I would like to take this opportunity to say that since we're talking of business opportunities, they exist in Africa. So the business sector should come and help Africa to promote growth and development.
You are an expert in agriculture and agribusiness. How important is access to finance and financing business solutions for this particular sector?
I believe that this particular sector will drive the economy in Africa because, like I mentioned, 40% of the world uncultivated arable land is in Africa, and that land could be used for agricultural activities. Even areas that are not used for agricultural activities could be used for other purposes, like promoting biofuel, in the continent. And I think that apart from that, this sector, we have enough rainfall, we have enough water to promote aquaculture, to promote hydroelectricity in the continent. I can go on and on to talk about the opportunities that exist, but I think that people know this. Institutions in Europe, in Germany, know of the potentials that exist in Africa. What we want to do is to run with this potential, to develop Africa, and at the same time create a mutual environment where the people that are coming to invest will also benefit. I recognize that sometimes it's a little bit difficult because of the bureaucracy, to establish companies to come and invest in a number of countries in the continent. But our people are beginning to see that they need to liberalize the system in such a way that we should attract investors, to come into Africa. So this is a very important meeting. Thank you, Christine.
One last question. This is for our mainly East African audience, so linked to Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya. Can you maybe give us a spotlight on the region, for example, and how you see this East African region developing in terms of agriculture and finance? Would you have any expertise in this?
Well, this region is in the Horn of Africa, as they say. And this region in recent times have experienced some level of drought. It has affected some members of the countries that you mentioned compared to others. But this is a region that is growing, and is growing very fast. It's growing very fast in a number of areas. Each country have got their own unique way to promote growth. And this is beginning to create a big impact in that region. So today, Uganda, for example, is one of the countries that we put in the forefront as developing very fast. And I can say the same thing for Kenya. In many respects, floriculture, which comes to Europe, flowers from it's making a big impact. They've developed the dairy sector in such a way that, in a magnitude that we've never seen in any other African countries. The same thing for Tanzania in terms of agricultural production. So this region is it's going to make significant impact in growth, which I believe will open the way for the other regions to follow suit. Although the other regions are also not far behind. They are creating big impact in that. I can go on and talk about what is happening in Rwanda, which is also in that particular region, and other countries. But I think that what we need, because I will be failing my duty if I do not mention that we need the knowledge of Europe. We need the success stories. What has made it? What has brought Europe to where Europe is today? Because Africa wants to get there. We probably are not going to get there in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years. But let's start. Let's build that foundation. And let's do it with Europe. Let's do it with Germany, to build that continent. And I believe that all of us will reap the benefits, whether in Africa or outside Africa, in Europe. Thank you.
One last question.
Go ahead.
As the newly elected president of EMRC, what is your ultimate vision for the organization?
The vision for my vision for this organization is growth. This organization has done quite a lot for Africa to promote the business sector in the continent. I would like to see this organization work with national government, work with regional institutions in Africa, institutions outside Africa, bring them together to create the linkage that is required for growth in the continent, to promote private sector investment in Africa. The purpose of this meeting is that you can see almost equal number of Africans and non-Africans that are in this meeting today. And I would like to see that growth in EMRC. I believe that the EMRC can make it their goals and objectives to bring the private sector, to strengthen them, to promote entrepreneurship, to look at the SMEs and build them in Africa, to bring investment to the economy. It's a laudable goal. These are laudable objectives that I believe any African, patriotic African, will applaud. And we would like to give the EMRC all the opportunity, all the assistance that they require, to promote this sector in Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you.